Friends, you're back. Today is actually, what day is it? Saturday. I hope that you had a fantastic Thanksgiving with your friends and family. And if you did not celebrate, I hope that you took the day off and you were able to relax and have a good time. If you went Black Friday shopping yesterday, I hope you got some really good deals. I wasn't impressed with the deals this year, but I'm going to move on to what I'm actually here about, and that is a sweet treat that we have been baking up for you. If you will all remember, in my last video, I talked about working on a collab with Annie and Paisley and Polka Dots. If this is your first time here, I hope that you are inspired by what you see. If this isn't your first time here, I hope that you're inspired and you gain some creativity. And if you are scared of finishing, I hope that we make you really brave and you want to finish this piece with us. So without any further ado, I want to talk about this collab. By the way, I am drinking a sweet treat today. I usually drink just black coffee, but today I have some good stuff. So I'm going to take a sip and we're going to talk. I know many of you are probably finishing up your stitching for the Jingle Ball, and I hope you are having a fantastic time. So I want to talk about this piece. This piece, I was swooning over the moment I seen her. Is she not adorable? Oh my goodness. So I want to tell you how I finished this piece and how it all came about. So Annie called me one day and she's like, would you be interested in finishing a piece for me? And I was like, absolutely, I would. So she told me about something she had been thinking up, and I told her I would love to finish the piece and went and found this one. So I went over to Paisley and Polka Dots, and I knew she had finishing pieces from the years that I'd done scrapbooking. So Julie is a phenomenal designer of finishing pieces. So when I found this one, I was talking to Annie that day. She's like, I'll get it for you, whatever you need, you just let me know. So while we were talking, I mentioned a gingerbread house. And you know creators when we get together and we inspire one another. So Annie gets on the phone and she calls Julie because that's what creative people do. She began to talk to Julie and they came up with the finishing piece for our gingerbread all seasons gingerbread house series. So this is the finished piece. Y'all, when I tell you I was excited, I was beyond excited when I seen what they came up with. So this is the piece that Julie designed for us for this collab. Is it not fantastic? I'm going to get it up close. I know those of you that have a really big TV are going to see this. Do you see the dimension and the glitter? So you cannot have a stitched piece that is as fabulous as this with all these fancy flosses. There's an iridescent glitter. I don't know if my camera is picking it up, but I sure hope it is. I'm going to tilt it because I really want you to see it. So because there is that iridescent glitter, I put iridescent glitter in my gingerbread house. And you can't have a gingerbread house without a little bit of snow falling off the chimney. So this is the piece that I came up with. Annie told me this proves to her that you can do leopard with anything. And I'm telling you, this girl can make leopard go with anything. I love leopard. So this piece is a really, really neat piece. So when it was designed, we designed it knowing that and I say I didn't do the hard work. I done the fun, creative work behind my piece. This piece, there are several other girls. You've probably already seen their names listed, and their shop names. So each one of the designers of these patterns are fairly new designers. And so if you have never seen them before, I want you to reach out to them, go follow them, go give them love and support them because they are new to the designing world. And I love how creative each one of them are. But you've got Laura at Textile Crafts. You've got, well, I'm not going to name all of them because I'm going to forget somebody and I don't want anybody to get offended at me. Let me think of how I want to do this. So I want to show you how this board works. The way this board works and the way it was designed, I know that some of us like to be a little more elaborate than others. So I done this style of bow. But if you don't like this style of bow, what about changing it out for a bow kind of like this? And you can, I like wired ribbon because you can, if you want to flatten it, you can flatten it. If you want it super fluffy, you can fluff it up. But if this is not your vibe and you want to go with a little bit more color, what about a bow like this? To see by just changing that bow out, how it changes the look of this finished piece. I love that. I love that if I want to do super simple, I can do super simple. But if I want to be really creative, I can just do something as simple as changing the bow out. And if you are a really, really simple girl, you may like a bow kind of like this. This is a bow that is just made with non-wired ribbon. I love wired ribbon when I'm making bows because I think it just takes its shape better. But if you don't like that and you want a bow, I think I have my bow upside down. I was like, why is it not working right? You want a different style of bow or maybe a different color bow, and you have ribbon that's just laying around the house, y'all will get the gist of it. It's not perfect, but you can do just a single color bow, and it doesn't have to be super fancy. But the way this is designed when we made it is we're doing the magnets and the washers. Okay, so the magnets on the back of the finishing piece and on the back of the actual product. I did videos that I don't have time to edit and fix and upload before the release tomorrow. So I wanted to show you the way this piece works though. So just say that, you know, we're in the month of February and then the next month comes by. Annie actually designed 2 pieces, so I get to show you how this works in person and not just have y'all guessing. So the next piece that she designed is the Thanksgiving piece. So you just literally take and you line the finished piece up with these washers and magnets in the back, and then you insert your brand new bow. And the bow I done for this one looks like this. Now, I'm not gonna take time to fiddle with it because, you know, if we were decorating, we would make sure it was super duper cute. But look how precious this piece is. Is it not absolutely fabulous? I'm gonna make sure everything is straight and I'm not showing y'all a crooked board or a crooked piece while I'm sitting here talking, and it's driving y'all OCD girls crazy. But is this not precious? So the way it works is each one of the designers that chose a month chose a different holiday. The ones that I'm going to try really hard to remember. Those of you that know me know I have a horrible memory. So I know there's New Year's, there's Valentines, there is Easter, there is Mardi Gras, Independence Day, Christmas. What is the other one? There's another one. Oh, I know y'all are yelling it to me, girls. I'm so sorry. I know it's listed in my little notes on this video. I'm forgetting one, and that's going to drive me nuts. Halloween. There's a Halloween one. Is that all of them? I hope that's all of them. If I missed one, y'all are going to see it because I'm going to insert pictures in the end. So when I was creating this, I still wanted to use the original first piece that I came up with, right? So I used my Cricut and I just cut this out. It's something super simple. I used ink on the edges of the paper. And then I used a pen to just add a little bit of, let me get my finishing board back out. I used my pen to add a little bit more texture because I'm a texture girl, and just done some fun little doodles, okay? But just say that you want to use this piece for this project. You still can. Let me put it on here. And you can still use this piece for this. But if you didn't want to, you could use it with that actual piece that I designed with my Cricut. And you can display it like this. And so I have it displayed on a dresser across the room, and it is not as cramped as this. But when I went in there and started looking through all of Julie's pretties, your girl about lost it when I came across this little cutie patootie. So with this little cutie patootie, I don't know if y'all seen it or not. It is a cookie shaker jar. Let me see if I can get it. So there's acetate, and I know there's going to be a glare, and I'm sorry for the glare, but I cross-stitched these cookies to go in here. Do y'all see how fabulous there are? And then, let me see if I can move stuff around. I'm holding it awkward, so it's not. There's 3 gingerbread boys. There is a snowflake that I glittered because I couldn't figure out how in the world to stitch a piece for that. But the cookie, the periwinkle and the aqua cookie are both stitched. And then I added a few beads to the tree and a few fun stitches with that iridescent floss in that other cookie, and just stitched around the outside edge. So I wanted all of these though, so it would be a cute little display. Now, y'all have to let me know what you think about those. There they are. I want them to be featured in this little setup here and show y'all how easy it is. I don't know if any of y'all do tiered trays. I'll switch this up. This was just something I threw together really quick to show y'all what all you can do. And I know the fall piece does not go with the gingerbread houses, so I will swap that out right quick because we want it to be super matchy right now, right? And then there again, you just take it off because it has the washers. And then I want to talk about different products that I used, okay? And so it's going back over here. And then we are going to talk about Julie's fabulous finishing instructions. I just dropped my papers that I was holding in my lap. So give me a second and I'm going to be right back. Okay, so when you purchase a finishing piece from Julie, she gives fantastic instructions on finishing it, okay? I'm going to show you how they come in the box. When you receive them, the gingerbread house is going to look like this. It is an MDF board and has to be painted, okay? But don't let that scare you, girls. It is so simple. She gives you, I'm holding more than one thing in my lap. She gives you fantastic instructions, shows you exactly what to do, exactly how to layer the pieces, with detailed instructions down here on how to do it. Okay, so I don't want you to be intimidated. So my thought behind this is, Julie was so kind. She sent me this one to share with one of you. And so Christmas is a season of giving, right? And so not only are one of you going to win a finishing piece, you are also going to win every single one of the designs that go with this finishing piece. So you must be 18 years old to enter. We are not going to use the word giveaway, okay? As a matter of fact, we're going to use gingerbread house. A sentence may look like something like, when I was a little girl, I loved baking gingerbread houses with my grandma or my mama, or I love decorating with gingerbread houses. Leave a comment, and I'm going to use a random comment picker, and one of you are going to be gifted the entire set. So you can make your very own all seasons gingerbread house series. Okay, so that takes care of the gift away. Okay, but I still am not done. I want to talk to y'all about a finishing party, because I thought it would be super fun for us to do a finishing party. What about a pajama party? Right? Don't you think it would be so fun? So for anybody that wants to join in on this fun collaboration, you can do one of two things. Well, I guess you can do whatever you want, but I want to give you a couple of scenarios. Say you want to join in. You will go over to Paisley and Polka Dots. I'm going to leave it in my description, and you click on her page, and I'm going to take you to a link that takes you to straight to buy one of these. Good grief. Words and my thoughts could not get them together right there. So one of you are going to win this. I am going to link it so that if you don't win and you want to join us for a finishing pajama party, good grief, Lord, we can all plan a day and have a finishing party, because I know so many of you are scared. And so if you have questions, if you don't know what to do, if you just want somebody to sit and listen to while we're doing that, if y'all want to do it Zoom style, we can do it Zoom style. So we can sit in our pajamas, or nightgowns, or whatever you wear, PJs, and we can have a finishing party. So what you would do is you would go over to Paisley and Polka Dots, purchase your finishing piece, and then if you want to buy every single one of them, I think the easiest way for you to do that is go over to Annie's shop. I'm going to link it in the description box below, and purchase them all at one time. If you don't love all of them and you only want to purchase certain ones, you can go to the designer's shop, whether it's in Etsy or whether they have a website, and you can purchase them individually there. So we want you to join in the fun, however you see fit. If you want to stitch all the pieces at once and do a finishing on your own later on, and you just want to join us for the Zoom party, we would love for you to do that. I think it would be super fun. We can see if we can maybe get Annie in there that evening, if maybe we can get Julie. I don't know, some of the designers. This is just me talking, okay? But I do want to do a pajama party that's for finishing, okay? So that's something we are definitely going to plan. And it will be super fun. The other thing I want to talk about is the other two designs that I found that I loved. This is what the original one looked like. Yeah, y'all would love to see that. So let me get my board out and get my head out of the way. This is what the original one looked like that I found. These are so fun to put together. So when you get this piece, it comes like this, packaged. All of the pieces that you need are here in this box, with addition to the actual printed out scrapbook paper pieces that you need. Unless you're doing a custom like me, and then you're just going to wing it and hope for the best. Because that's what we do as creative girls. So it comes like this, packaged in this little zip, oh my word, zipper bag, whatever, this bag. And it comes with super detailed instructions. I'm going to open it up because I want you to see that Julie has thought it all out. She's been doing this a really long time, so she knows what she's doing. These are printed at a professional printer's. This is not something that she's printing at home. She actually has these printed professionally, and the colors are so vibrant. And all you have to do is cut them out and glue them on the finished, the MDF pieces. Okay, look at the colors. Y'all, these were so fun and easy to put together. Now, because of the way I chose to do mine, I did not use them. I used the gingerbread paper for the boy, or the girl and the boy. Okay. Other than that, I didn't use the paper. I used things I had in stash. I'm a scrapbooker also, or paper crafter. And so that's what that looks like. I have stuff in stash. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So that is that one. And then on the cookie jar. This one is just a little more complicated, but not impossible to do. I've never put this together, and I did it. So I know you can too. This is the instructions on this one. It comes just like this. Super detailed instructions. And on the very back, it is even better because she tells you how to layer it to get it to fit properly. This one was a little more tricky, just for the simple fact is you had the acetate piece. So you were layering this onto this and this piece, paper, but it gives you detailed instructions. And so it is so super simple. And for the project turning out so stinking adorable, y'all, I want y'all to join in. If you are a gingerbread lover, if you love all the cutesy matchy things like I do, I really think you would enjoy doing these finishing pieces. Join us for the finishing party. So I know I don't have a lot of time. I want this video to be a lot shorter than my normal videos because I still need to edit and upload because December 1st is launch day for these. I know we were cutting it short. So I was waiting on the stitched piece for this one. And it was actually nobody's fault. We were all last minute trying to get a Thanksgiving piece done because that was a holiday that had not been chosen. And you can't do holidays without Thanksgiving, right? So I was last minute finishing that today. So we wanted to have multiples so I could show you how the finishing piece works. Let me talk about products that I used in this piece, okay? I have a whole basket of different things that I used. Oh my goodness, I have so many things. So many things. Hold on, please. I don't want to, I have a little rolling cart right beside me, so I don't want it all going all over the place. So I use Aleene's tacky glue for finishing the the piece on the acid-free boards. And then I used hot glue for the trim and hot glue on here. Y'all, I'm going to need a little bit of practice or a better glue gun or something, because look at my washers. I'm keeping it real. I don't know why they kept coming off. I finally got them to stay. I don't know because they're not coming off of the fabric. It's if my magnets are so strong, they're like just jerking the washer off of the finished piece. So if you know something I don't know, this is your chance to help a girl out. And I would so appreciate it, because I've never finished a piece like this. This is all brand new to me. All because of Kim having enough confidence in me to finish her projects. That's why I'm finishing for Annie. So I use the Fabric Quick Bond. I feel like the Aleene's Tacky Glue worked better. They both dry clear, so I'm using those. I used several different color inks. I did not use the green. I used these 3 colors. These are the Tim Holtz Distress inks, and I'm going to show you where I used those. On her, if you will notice around the edges of her, I inked her. I inked the around her head and her hands, and then I used something called stickles. If you're a paper crafter, you already know what that is, but I'm going to show you in case you're not and you want to know. I'm going to show you what stickles is. So I use the inks. These are stickles, and stickles are just pretty glues, right? They just add like sparkle. Oh my goodness. They just add sparkles to your paper projects. I used matte pink frosting for the pink. For the periwinkle that I used, let me see which one it is. Oh, tell me. Oh, I was like, where is it? It is called Light Blue from Folk Art. It is also one of the matte colors. For my gingerbread, I use Coffee Latte, and it is also a Folk Art, and it's a matte. For my glitter, I use 2 different ones. I use the polyester glitter from We Are Memory Keepers. I have this huge bag of this because if you know me, you know I love glitter. I use this iridescent. This is extra fine glitter from Michaels, and it is that iridescent. And I mix those together. So one of them is like white crystal, and the iridescent, that's what I used for all of my glitter on these pieces on the house. And then for the gingerbread boys in the shaker box, I use this kind of, it's not rose gold and it's not gold. It's kind of a bronzy gold. And all of those are from Michaels. The washers that I used are from, did I go to Home Depot? Home Depot. They're the 3/8 inch washers. And then I have these in stash, these huge magnets, and they're super strong, and had them in stash. I used the matte Mod Podge for the paper. And is that it? To get the pieces to stay on, I use this liquid glass from Close to My Heart just because that's what I had on hand. So if you have any questions, or if I forgot to mention something, y'all reach out to me. Happy stitching. It is the Christmas season. I am so super excited. With that being said, I want to do 12 Days of Christmas. So when I say 12 Days of Christmas, I was thinking I would start December 1st. but it's not going to happen because my husband is home for several more days and it just gets too chaotic. So I'm going to do 12 finishing projects for the month of December. I may upload 3 in 1 week and 0 in the next and 4 or 5 in the next until I get to 13 or 12, maybe a bonus. I'm not sure. I want to do 12 days of Christmas, so probably just 12. I have already written them down. I know I'm going to do finishing pins because I mentioned that to y'all. I'm going to do scissor fobs the way I do scissor fobs. Everybody has their own way. I have chosen a pin cushion. It's a Tarte pin cushion. What else have I done? The wooden spool ornaments. Y'all, can't remember all of them. My brain is on overload between all of these projects. Cleaning for Thanksgiving, cooking for Thanksgiving, and oh, have I got a story for you. Y'all have nothing but time, right? So Wednesday, I start cooking and my oven has been like a little bit on the fritz, like only had 2 burners. And then it was acting a little funky. And I told my husband, I was like, I can just see this happening on Thanksgiving Day that my oven's going to go out. Well, it didn't. But on Wednesday, when I started cooking, I was boiling some potatoes on the stove to make scallop potatoes. And the condensation from the steam was getting up underneath the little lip. I don't know, at the top. And we started getting an error code and I was about to die. I was like, oh my word, please do not go out the day before Thanksgiving when I'm hosting. So Black Friday, my husband went and bought me a brand new stove with the microwave combo. It's Samsung. It's a smart stove. So I can put my dish in when I go to church. And before I leave church, I can use my phone and turn it on. And it can be baking a casserole or whatever when I get home. How fabulous is that? And I didn't even ask him to do that. So anyways, we have had a fun-filled weekend. My family was all here. I got to love on one of my grandbabies. And of course, my children. My mama heart is always happy when they're home. And I won't keep you on here. I hope that you remember to use the word gingerbread house. Please don't put giveaway in here. If I've forgotten something, I'm sorry. I don't do scripted. I'm just gonna get on here and just talk. And right now my brain is jumbled. I have still got to stitch for Jingle Ball. It's not gonna be finished and I'm okay with that. Like, I've just come to terms. That's just the way it was. I sat down 2 days before Thanksgiving and started working on it and had eaten, and underneath my fingernail was a dot of hot sauce. I had already washed my hands with soap and water, but underneath my fingernail was a dot of hot sauce that I had missed, and when I went to stitch, it got on my fabric. So I was trying not to panic and keep a good attitude, and I was like, okay, sis, what you gonna do now? So I had to unpick every single stitch I had already put in there, take a deep breath, and go dye the fabric. And it was a happy accident. I don't know if y'all seen it on Instagram, but it turned out to be very close to the actual fabric of the original stitched piece. So I'm not mad about it, right? Like, when you're an artist or you're crafty, you just have to pivot and make the best of some projects. And some of them you just throw away. And so that was a happy accident. And I will stitch on it. It may be at the Jingle Ball, and I'm okay with that. So I hope that y'all have a wonderful day. I am going to get off here, edit this, get this uploaded so that you can be the first to see it when it releases tomorrow. Thank you for supporting my friend Annie at Dirty Annie's and Julie over at Paisley and Polka Dots, and each one of the fabulous designers that I'm going to have listed in the description box below. y'all go, please, please, please go support our friends. I really hope that you are having a lovely day and you are not stressing and you're decompressing and you're sitting there stitching. I'm going to stitch, but it's not going to be probably until tomorrow. So until next time, happy stitching, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye, friends.